What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 8 of the Bat Boy. As you can see, this is a special episode as I've got Carter and Jackson with me, my two kids. They've been watching some of the videos. They've been popping up on their YouTube.
I've only been watching, like, when you say, hi, guys.
Oh, and then she just cuts it off because I'm not that interesting, I guess.
And I told her to subscribe.
That's because you don't like baseball enough for that, I guess.
I told her to subscribe. Yes. I was trying to watch the whole video.
So they wanted to get involved. So what we're going to do is every week, every episode, what are you guys going to do?
We're going to try to do the introduction.
Oh. So the fun part is I'm just going to write, so I have a teleprompter. I'm going to write up the outline of the episode and let them read through it. And see how some of the names get pronounced.
He's in 1st grade and I'm in 4th grade.
If you're about to be summer and I'm about to be in 2nd grade.
Yep. All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
Wow. All right, go ahead. Read your line.
Today's intro will talk about
Framber Valdez signing with the Detroit Tigers. Brendan Donovan traded to Seattle Mariners.
Oh, yours is next.
Oh.
Who's the next one?
Wait. Did Carter do that one? Oh. Paul Mendoza
Okay.
signing with New York Yankees.
All right, we got that part. What is his last name again? It's Paul who? Can you help him?
Gold. Say gold.
Gold! Oh, he took it.
Gold.
Yeah, you're shaking the table.
Goldschmidt.
All right. Paul Goldschmidt signing with the Yankees. All right, what's next?
We will also discuss our top 3 winners and losers of the offseason. Also, drink W Energy drinks. Promo code BATBOY for 10% off. Link is in the description.
The what?
The
Description.
Oh.
Description.
I think you're a little nervous.
Yeah, I kind of am.
She said she was nervous to talk in front of a lot of people because she thinks a lot of people watch these.
Yes.
All right. So that's going to be a weekly thing. And then maybe I can get you guys to actually watch baseball.
No.
And
yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, maybe he can watch baseball.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you're going to watch it too?
I watch softball.
And then a little bit. It's very similar.
I watch Power Rangers
Okay.
and Pokemon.
Yes.
Pokemon.
Maybe I can get you guys to watch baseball, and eventually this can just be a family show. Because you will actually know what's going on.
Only Yankees.
Okay.
Oh.
That's okay to start there. Also, before we start, who's the best player in baseball?
Aaron Judge.
You got it. I didn't even tell them to say that. All right. Thank you, guys.
Joseph
That will be a
Buckley.
weekly thing. All right. We don't need to tell everybody my whole government name. Sheesh. All right. Thank you, guys. They will be here every week. Maybe they'll get a little more comfortable and we won't. I don't know what this guy's doing right now, but maybe he'll stop doing that. I think he's nervous.
And he just tries to be funny in front of people.
That too.
Like, he gets nervous and then he just tries to be funny.
Yeah, like this. It scares some people too. All right. Okay. All right, let's get into the episode. All right. So that was fun. Those are my kids. That's going to be happening every week. But anyway, like I said, let's get into the episode. All right. Framber Valdez signs with Detroit. 3 years. Let me actually move this back over. 3 years, $115 million. Went over most of his numbers in previous episodes, so I don't want to go too deep into it. I've talked about it before. It does form quite a rotation out there with Tarek Skubal, Jack Flaherty, Casey Mize, Reese Olson. They're going to have a pretty good squad. They are probably far and away the favorites in the AL Central at the moment. Unless anything drastic happens, I find it hard to believe that anybody's going to beat them in that division. Brendan Donovan traded to Seattle. This move I love for the Mariners. I also love it for the Cardinals. If you're going to be rebuilding the way that they're planning to rebuild, going into an actual rebuild for the first time in as long as I can remember. I don't remember seeing the Cardinals fully rebuilt ever. So I like this for them too. This name that I'm going to butcher right now. Rangelo Quintier. We'll go with that. The starting pitcher that they received is a stud. Ty Pete, great outfielder. Colton Ledbetter, coming from the Rays, another good outfielder. Brendan Donovan is the ultimate baseball player. Can play multiple positions, bat to ball skills, doesn't strike out, doesn't give you a whole lot of power, but he's just so consistent. Gold Glove winner in his rookie season. Can play second, can play left, can play third. That's a great get for Seattle. We've been clamoring for Seattle to make an offensive move for many a years now, since they've had a dominant starting rotation and a pretty good bullpen. It's been time to spend some money. I know they didn't really spend money, but spend some capital to improve the offense to match the rotation. And this move does that. I love it. I love it for them. Ben Williamson going to Tampa Bay. But the Brendan Donovan, that's a big get for the Mariners. Paul Goldschmidt signing with the Yankees. Running back, I guess. 1 year, $4 million. He wasn't horrible last year. It seems like it was bad because the last couple months were bad. But the first, I'd say 6 weeks, he was the second best player on the team. He was batting .350 well into May. He was playing really well. Wasn't giving you any power, any run production, but he was just single after single after single. I mean, he was going 2 for 4, 1 for 3, 2 for 3. Just giving you a couple singles every night. Batting leadoff most of the time when he was playing in the beginning of the year. So getting on base for Judge, that was big for them. And they need a right-handed bat. They need a quality defensive first baseman because Ben Rice really isn't. He's obviously going to be the starter, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Goldschmidt come in late in games as a defensive replacement. And he can give you some offense. Last year, the first half of the season, he hit .287 with 8 home runs, 36 RBIs, had a 117 OPS plus in the first 80 games of the year. That's not bad. If he's going to give me that again for $4 million, that's a bargain. Second half, not so much. 35 games, had some injuries, hit .245 with 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, 75 OPS plus. Bad finish. But for 1 year, $4 million, sure, go ahead. Rumors are he had offers for more money elsewhere and chose to stay in New York. We haven't really seen that. But those are the rumors. If that's the case, more power to him making the decision to stay there. But it seems like the Yankees are just running it back. But we'll get into that. Wink, wink. Off-season winners and losers. This is something, so this week, I had a hard time coming up with something I wanted to really talk about because I'm getting into the recordings of all the team previews and doing the research for the team previews. There wasn't a whole lot of activity beyond Valdez and Donovan that made big news in baseball. And I've talked about Valdez a couple times, so I didn't want to spend too much time on that. So I thought, you know what? Most of the off-season moves are done. Let's do who won the offseason, who lost the offseason. Let's start there. I wanted to start off with honorable mentions that I'm not going to go into detail with, but I do want to point out that they have good off seasons or bad. Couple honorable mentions, winners, 2 of them, and then 1 loser that didn't quite make the cut. But first, we'll start with Toronto. I did want to include them in this because I want to give them credit that they deserve for the offseason they had. They've had a great offseason. Signing Okamoto, signing Dylan Cease. They've made some really good moves. I feel like everybody's talking about them, so I didn't want to spend too much time and just say everything that everybody else has said. So it's not that they didn't have a good offseason. It's not that they probably don't deserve to be in the top 3 of offseason winners. I don't know. I want to talk about something else because I feel like everybody's talking about Toronto. And beside them, Texas. I think Texas has had a great offseason. Getting Mackenzie Gore was great. A great move. Cost a lot, yes, in future capital. They gave up some really good prospects for Gore. But that's a big move for them. And adding Brandon Nimmo, very underrated. Very underrated for that offense. the two of them, I think that's going to make a big difference for that team. Honorable mention for losing teams, Kansas City. The Royals. They've done nothing. And they've lost Michael Lorenzen in the process of doing nothing else. So, those are the honorable mentions. We'll start with the winners. I think, and I'll put a caveat on this, if you've been watching any of the YouTube shorts that I've been putting out, this will be no surprise for you because I've been talking about them for a couple weeks now. But the Chicago White Sox have probably had my favorite offseason so far. They've added Munetaka Murakami, Sir Anthony Dominguez, Anthony Kay, Jordan Hicks, Austin Hayes, Luis Angel Acuna. I wouldn't be surprised if they finish ahead of Kansas City, ahead of Minnesota. I can see them in a battle with Cleveland. They're not going to compete with Detroit. That's just not going to happen. But I think this team is going to be scrappy. I think they are going to have some really good offensive days. I think they're going to have some really bad pitching days. I think Luis Angel Acuna is going to turn into a star. I think Austin Hayes is very good for that clubhouse. If Munetaka Murakami can translate to Major League Baseball any sort of resemblance to what he put together in Japan, this team might be a lot better than we think. So I think they've had a great offseason. Next, Baltimore. Finally, Baltimore has done what we've been waiting for them to do for 5 years since they've been this good team. They've been a good team for a while, with a couple hiccups here and there. But overall, they've been a good team for a good 5-6 years now, and they just didn't make the moves in the offseason to put them over the hump. Toronto's gotten better. Boston's gotten better. The Yankees are the same, which is still good, but Baltimore may be in that mix now. They added Pete Alonso at first. That is enormous. He's going to give you 158 games of great defense, and in that ballpark, maybe 50 home runs. Leaving Citi Field and going to Camden Yards, we're going to see some power out of Pete Alonso. Ryan Helsley, closer, and then Shane Baz, Taylor Ward. That's an underrated move. He's going to give you some low batting average, but he's going to give you a lot of power going from Anaheim to Camden Yards. Camden Yards is home run friendly, so that's a big move. And Blaze Alexander is a little underrated as a utility player. And then Zach Eflin, re-signing him. And the only piece they really lost was Grayson Rodriguez, and they turned that into Taylor Ward, so don't hate that. So I think they've really bulked up. This is a brutal division. AL East is going to be brutal outside of Tampa, who I don't think is going to be all that competitive. But you look at Baltimore, you look at Boston, you look at New York, you look at Toronto, and I could see all 4 of them winning 86 games. Probably 3 of them winning 90. The bullpen, or the starting rotation, is going to determine how far they get. Trevor Rogers, Shane Baz, Zach Eflin, Kyle Brady, Dean Kramer. It's okay. It's okay. Bullpen's going to be pretty good. Lineup is going to be really good. Starting rotation is going to be the X factor. We'll see what they can do. Last but not least, for the winners, the Chicago Cubs. Again, they had a really good offseason last year, and I think they turned that into another one. Obviously, they didn't keep Kyle Tucker, and I'm sure they wanted to. But outside of that, they did add Alex Bregman, Edward Cabrera. They re-signed Shota Imanaga. They got Phil Matone, Caleb Thielbar, and Hunter Harvey, all relievers. I think they're going to be good. I think they are the team to beat in the NL Central now. I think they've leapfrogged Milwaukee, who dealt their ace. Obviously, that Kyle Tucker-sized hole is going to be tough to fill. I think Bregman will provide most of the lost production there. Bregman's legit. He's a good player. That pitching staff is going to be legit. That starting rotation is going to be really good. The lineup is deep. I think they're the team to beat in NL Central. Milwaukee is going to find a way. They seem to always find a way. But top to bottom, roster-wise, they just don't compete with the Cubs anymore. Now the fun part. Let's get into the losers. This was fun. And most of these were obvious. I didn't have a hard time. I had a harder time picking the 3 winners than I did the 3 losers. But I'm going to have to start with the New York Yankees. And the funny part is I have one note listed in my show note for the Yankees, and it just says woof. Because, woof. God, this was such a bad offseason. They did save a little bit of it by getting Cody Bellinger back. That was a big season-saving move. Because if Bellinger walks and goes somewhere else, this lineup is looking rough. So getting Bellinger back, I think, is what is going to keep them a playoff team. But there was a thing that came out today that their team, their ALDS roster, minus Devin Williams and Luke Weaver, is their exact same roster right now. They have changed absolutely nothing except let their bullpen get a little bit worse. And it seems like 80% of their bullpen is pitching in the World Baseball Classic, which I don't know how beneficial that's going to be down the stretch when they've added an extra 7, 8, 9 innings in the World Baseball Classic. It might not matter. I don't know. But they're getting ramped up a little early. So I hope that doesn't affect the September push, but we shall see. They're putting all their faith in Trent Grisham and Ryan McMahon. It seems like getting Bellinger back again is huge, but I would have loved to see them upgrade third base. I would have loved to see them upgrade shortstop. I would have loved to see them get another starting pitcher because Carlos Rodon and Garrett Cole are big question marks with the injuries coming back, the age. So, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this team this year. I really don't. San Diego Padres is another team that had, I think, an atrocious offseason. I think San Francisco lapped them. So, obviously, the Dodgers are there. The Dodgers are the team to beat. I don't think there's anything you're going to be able to do to get you ahead of them, but you let San Francisco just lap you with their offseason of adding. I just think they added Michael King. Well, they re-signed Michael King, added Sung Moon Song, who I had to do a little bit of research in. He had huge breakout years in 2024, 2025 in Japan. A utility infielder. In 24, batted .340 with 19 home runs, 104 RBIs, 21 stolen bases. 25, batted .315 with 26 home runs, 90 RBIs, and 25 stolen bases. If that can translate, that's a big move. He didn't garner as much attention as some of the other guys coming out, so I don't know why. Obviously don't watch any of the MPB, so I don't really see what he looks like on the field, but with those kind of numbers and not getting the attention and getting a pretty cheap deal, that's a little concerning. They did sign Miguel Andujar, but the losses are big. The holes are big. Dylan Cease, Luis Arias, Robert Suarez, and Ryan O'Hearn. Those are 4 big losses, and adding Michael King doesn't make up for it because that's someone you already had. So I don't like their offseason at all. I just don't. I know they've been weird because they've had some ownership issues over the last couple years. So it's been really hard to judge their situation because it's hard to go out and spend a bunch of money when the owners are fighting over who has the rights to the team and things like that. But it was a bad offseason. Lastly, Cleveland Guardians. Another woof. Not a good offseason. Not a good offseason. It went from winning the division to I can realistically see you finishing 4th in this division. You're probably still going to finish 2nd. Obviously, they have the highest floor, I would say, of the AL Central teams outside of Detroit. But, I don't know. I think Kansas City and Chicago could have higher ceilings, but we'll see. They added Colin Holderman and Sean Armstrong, 2 good relievers, but that's it. That's all they got. And it might come in handy because Emmanuel Clase is in even more shit than we thought. Originally, they had said that he threw 9 games or pitches in 9 games. Well, it turns out it was 48 games. And he only appeared in, I think it was like 140. So it was like 40% of the games that he played in. Probably not going to pitch this season. Probably not going to pitch ever. May go to jail. We don't know. But they have to assume that he's not going to be there. I think he's still getting paid, or maybe I think they said he's on administrative leave. But he's still technically on the roster, but I don't think he's playing. By the sound of it, he, best case scenario, is going to be banned for life and get to go home. Worst case scenario, he's going to be banned for life and go to jail. So, lose-lose. They did, however, finally pay up for one of their own, extending Jose Ramirez for 7 years. Kudos to them for that. That's a big move because they don't normally do that. And Jose Ramirez is probably the best player to come out of that team in my lifetime. I know Corey Kluber won a couple Cy Youngs, CC, Cliff Lee. They have some good at Lindor. They got some good players that come out of there. But I think Jose Ramirez is the best player that I've seen in Cleveland going back 25 years. And I'm happy to see them pay him. Pay your man. The weird note that I found about Jose Ramirez, not really weird, but more of like an interesting tidbit. Fangraphs projected lineup for the Guardians. Jose Ramirez has 11 years of Major League service. The other 8 batters in the lineup combined for 12 years of service. A lot of youth on that team. May not be a bad thing. Playing for the future. But for 2026 specifically, it may not be a good thing. I don't know. We'll see. Rotation should be okay. Bullpen is probably still going to be good even without Clase. Holderman and Sean Armstrong, they're good relievers. They still got Kate Smith. They still got Hunter Gaddis. They still got Tim Herron. They still got a bullpen. But that lineup is going to be questionable. I'm curious to see how some of the youth get in and how they succeed and how they translate from minor, especially Chase DeLauder, how they translate from minor to Major League Baseball. That's all I got this week. Team previews. This is coming out Monday. Team previews start on Wednesday. And they're going to be coming like rapid fire. So check those out. Get ready for the season. I am recording this at 9:50 on Sunday night. So by the time I get done editing, the Super Bowl will be over and it will officially be baseball season. I love it. I love baseball season. It's so much more fun than football. Let's be honest, guys. It's so much more fun. Football, they've turned football into such a commercial spectacle. It's not even like... baseball's better. Watch baseball, people. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully my kids help get you into baseball and get your kids into baseball. We need to get the youth into baseball. Alright, guys. Again, appreciate all of the feedback. Shout out to W Energy. Link is in the description. Go check them out. I will have actual product here soon that I can show you and talk about and comment on actual taste and things of that nature probably for the next episode. But the promo code is active. Go to the site, check them out. Batboy for 10% off. And then we'll see you next week.